Hi, Kieran here again. Hope you're all doing good. Okay, this is a reply video to Pyrrho 314's video, which is called "I'm for a Spectrum of Wellness and Utility Ideas." This is my third video in this exchange so far. Hi Pyrrho, hope you're doing good. Sorry this took me about a week to do. I've been a bit busy at work and stuff. Yeah, thanks for being positive about my ideas about these names, Max and Maxifactionism and Utilism. You wanted to call Utilism. That's fine by me. I think that there may be a slight danger. I slightly prefer the plain sort of English word. I don't know if util. I don't know where that comes from, but also I slightly fear that utilism might be confused with utilitarianism. You know, the old Bentham's school again. So, but yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah. Carry on. The Max thing. I'm glad you liked Max. I think I'm quite easily led by other people, so if you like Max, I'll go with Max. It's quite snappy anyway, so okay, just to be clear, I'm gonna call utilitarianism is now, for me, called Max. But Max is supposed to mean exactly the same as utilitarianism means, as up till now meant. Max isn't my angle on utilitarianism. It's literally just trying to come up with a new name, a better name for the same thing. So I'll try and push that name now, I think. Okay. One clarification. When I was talking about Max, I was thinking of welfare rather than wellness. I don't know if the distinction is that big. I mean, welfare seems to conjure up a bit more like, have you got enough money, or have you got food on the table, someone's welfare. Whereas with wellness, it seems to sort of maybe imply a bit more about the person's health. But I think there's a great overlap, as I say, and I don't know if Max, the name, has to really actually settle for one. It can kind of hedge its bets and be whatever people want it to mean, maybe. Okay, you talked a bit more about things like what about usefulism and stuff. I think some of the things you say seem to open up the kind of difference between our moral approaches. You have this relativist view, whereas I am a moral nihilist. But when I'm pretending to be moral, kind of thing, I treat moral sort of rules as being universal. So yeah, there's a difference of emphasis. I don't know much about relativism. I looked at one of your past videos as research, something about unifying natural relativism and moral relativism or something. Interesting video, but still I find some of your videos a bit difficult for me, especially the fact that you've made a lot of videos over many years, and I just obviously haven't seen all of them, so maybe at a slight disadvantage knowing what your kind of views on natural philosophy that are kind of informing this stuff. But anyway, you get this relativist view. One thing I find a bit strange about that is you're saying that there are real, you're not a nihilist, so you're saying there are real moral facts, but they're different for different people. So it seems strange if there's like a murder takes place. It seems natural to me to say that was wrong, kind of full stop, rather than you seem to be saying that you could say to the murderer that was wrong, but the murderer could just say back, no, it wasn't, it was right, because I've got this other morality, where I can kill people. And that seems a bit strange. Also, I just think moral realism seems a bit strange, because it just seems to me that moral judgments just aren't factual. They seem to be a lesser kind of status to me. Okay. Apart from that, I think you seem to be generally, like most people, against the idea of being a kind of mono aim, having a kind of mono aim kind of philosophy, saying like pleasure is the thing, pleasure and pain are the things. Whereas you seem to be saying, especially the title of your video, you seem to be saying there should be a kind of range of things to aim for. It's hard for me to justify that, especially since I've said I'm a moral nihilist. So my view is, in a sense, not right or wrong. Well, I guess I take a kind of quasi-scientific sort of approach to morality, and it seems that having one aim seems just kind of more elegant or simple. Simplicity seems better. Well, simplicity also in morality seems to be something to do with consistency. I feel consistency to be important. So sticking to one aim. I also just feel that pain and pleasure I feel some sort of, in my bones, a fundamental feeling that those are the kind of deep importance. But I don't want to go too far in saying I'm right and you're wrong sort of thing, because as I said, I don't think that's appropriate. I mean, you say, when you say there's no point in answering these enigmatic questions like, should you kill 1,000 people to save 1,000,000 people, should you kill 1,001 people to save 1,000,000 people, all that kind of thing. I sort of just feel, no, I feel that they are important, because I take this sort of pretend scientific view. I feel that when a moral sort of moral rule that's been proposed is sort of contradicted sort of thing, or doesn't fit well with a certain example, that kind of puts the whole rule into doubt. Just like if a physicist found that gravity wasn't applying in a certain place, that would shake that person's whole view about the gravity law or whatever. Also, lastly, you say it's good to have a conversation about useful things, rather than, you contrast that to sort of bullshit conversations. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, these bullshit conversations, but I'm obviously not against having conversations about useful things, like whether to build a bridge or not, or whatever. I think those are, obviously very useful, but so are these hypothetical examples, and also, as a relativist, moral relativist, it seems slightly strange that you're saying we should have conversations as opposed to something else. So you are sort of making it seems to me it's hard to get away from universal sort of moral pronouncements. I think morality seems to be just stuck in the business of making general pronouncements, and you seem to have made one there. You're saying it's best to have a conversation, let's have a conversation about this, rather than reaching some definitive conclusion about in particular cases. So it seems you do have some moral views, some universal moral views. But anyway, I could be, and maybe I do misunderstand your view, as I said, through not knowing everything you believe. Okay, anyway, I hope you liked that, Pyrrho, and other viewers enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. All the best.